In this video, we are going to show you the perfect itinerary for Chile, focusing on its most famous cities, the modern capital Santiago and the coastal jewels Valparaíso and Viña del Mar. One of the questions we get the most is how to build a logical itinerary that mixes urban life, the Andes Mountains wine, and the Pacific Ocean without wasting time commuting. To do this trip without rushing and truly enjoy the wineries and mountain tours, we recommend at least 7 to 8 days. That is why we prepared a super complete 8-day itinerary with the best of this region detailed day by day. So let us get started. What is the best time to visit Santiago and the region? Here the 4 seasons are well defined, and that changes everything. The best time by far for those who want to see snow and ski is winter from mid-June to September. It is the peak of the season with ski resorts booming, but it is cold and rains more. If you prefer beautiful days, blue skies, and pleasant weather for walking and visiting wineries, go in spring from October to December, or in autumn from March to May, when the trees turn beautiful colors. Summer from December to March is very hot and dry, great for enjoying the coastal beaches, but there is no snow on the nearby mountains. And how many days to stay? To do this itinerary covering Santiago calmly, the wineries, Cajon del Maipo, and the coast, the bare minimum we recommend is 5 days. But to do it with quality and not return exhausted, the ideal is 7 or 8 days. With 8 days, you can stay 5 nights in Santiago and 2 nights on the coast, or do everything using Santiago as a base, which is very common. Now let us talk about transportation. How to get around on this route. To arrive, you will fly directly to Santiago Airport SCL. The internal logistics are simple. Between Santiago and the coast Valparaíso and Viña del Mar, the trip takes just an hour and a half. The best way is to go by regular bus leaving from Terminal Alameda or Pajaritos. They are excellent buses, reclining seats departing every 15 minutes and costing about $8 round trip. If you prefer comfort, you can hire a private transfer or rent a car. But a car in Santiago is unnecessary because of traffic. Inside Santiago, the metro is fantastic and takes you everywhere. Also use Uber and Cabify, which are very cheap. Now, let us get to the day by day. Day 1. The Historic Center and La Osteria. Arrive and check in at the hotel. Start at the 0-mile marker in Plaza de Armas. Enter the Metropolitan Cathedral, which is stunning. Walk along the Ahumada Street Promenade to the Palacio de la Moneda, the seat of government. Schedule yourself to see the changing of the guard, which happens at 10 in the morning on alternate days. For lunch, if you want the classic tourist experience, go to the Central Market to eat centola, the giant king crab, but know that it is expensive and the waiters are pushy. If you prefer something local, eat a Pino Empanada at Empanadas Zunino nearby. In the afternoon, go up Cerro Santa Lucia. It is a beautiful park in the center with free fountains and viewpoints. End the day in the La Osteria neighborhood, right next to the hill. It is the bohemian neighborhood full of street artists and cafes. Have dinner at Bocanaris restaurant for an incredible Chilean wine tasting. Day 2. Views and heights. Go to the Bella Vista neighborhood and take the funicular to go up Cerro San Cristobal, the largest park in the city. Visit the Virgin S Sanctuary at the top and try mote con huesillos, a typical sweet peach drink. The view of the city with the mountain range in the background is breathtaking. Go down the other side using the cable car, which drops you in the Providencia neighborhood. Have lunch at the Costanera Center Mall. In the afternoon, go up to Sky Costanera, the viewpoint in the tallest building in South America. Entrance costs about $15. The golden tip is to go up an hour before sunset to see the mountains change color. Day 3. Chilean wine. Today is Winery Day. The most famous is Concha y Toro. Take the Metro Line 4 to Las Mercedes Station, and from there a taxi or short bus ride. The tour costs about $30, includes tasting, and you get a glass as a gift. Learn about the legend of Casillero del Diablo. If you want something less touristy and more intimate, visit Undurraga or Cusinho Macal wineries, which are also accessible by transport or Uber. At night, go to Patio Bella Vista, a safe complex full of restaurants and bars with live music. Staying in a good region will make your trip much easier. The strategy on this route is to choose the right base in Santiago. The first option and our favorite is the Providencia neighborhood. It is the perfect middle ground, safe, full of commerce, and with the best metro stations Pedro de Valdivia or Los Leones. The second option is Las Condes, especially the El Golf region. It is the modern area called Sanhattan, with luxury hotels and lots of security, but it is more expensive and far from the historic center. The third option is the La Osteria, or Bellas Artes, neighborhood. It is for those who like doing everything on foot in the center and enjoy a cultural and bohemian vibe, but it requires more attention at night. If you sleep on the coast, stay in Viña del Mar near the waterfront, or in Valparaíso on the Concepcion or Alegre Hills. We created this personalized map that explains exactly which is the best region in each of these cities. Staying in this marked area, you cannot go wrong. We will leave here on the screen QR code and in the description the link to this map. We created them on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices and free cancellation. And remembering that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to set up your entire trip for the lowest price. The sites we use to build our trips, and that have everything much cheaper, such as international eSIM cell phone chip, to have internet on the road and on the mountain. Discounted travel insurance tickets for all the attractions we mentioned. Good and cheap hotels. We have already stayed at the car rental comparator, which is useful to go to the coast, and the global account to carry Chilean pesos or dollars, paying much lower fees. Save this page in your favorites. Day 4. Mountain or snow. If it is winter, hire a transfer to spend the day in Valle Nevado or Farallones. Farallones is a snow amusement park with tubing and zip lines, ideal for those who do not ski. Valle Nevado is for those who want to ski or just enjoy the view. The tour costs about $40 just for transport. If it is summer, replace it with the excursion to Cajon del Maipo. It is a turquoise water dam in the middle of the mountains. The scenery is dramatic and beautiful. The tour costs about $50 and usually includes a picnic with cheeses and wines. Day 5. Valparaiso, the Bohemian Jewel. Take the bus or tour to Valparaiso 1 hour and a half. The city is a UNESCO heritage site. Visit Pablo Neruda's house, La Sebastiana, which has an incredible view of the port and costs about $8. Walk through the Concepcion and Alegre Hills. It is where the most famous graffiti-colorful stairs and charming cafes are located. Use the ascensors, old wooden elevators to go up and down the hills paying cents. Have lunch at Café Turi restaurant for a spectacular view. Day 6. Viña del Mar, the Garden City. Go to the neighboring city, Viña del Mar. Take the classic photo at the flower clock at the entrance of the city. Walk along the coastal waterfront and see Wolf Castle, which sits on the rocks in the sea. Go to Reñaca Beach to see the sea lions on the rocks. If you have the breath, climb the Concon Dunes to see the sunset over the Pacific. It is an unforgettable visual. Have seafood dinner at La Flor de Chile restaurant. Day 7. Luxury and relaxation. Back in Santiago, go to the Vitacura neighborhood. Visit Bicentenario Park, which is super modern, has lakes with swans, flamingos, and free sun loungers. Have lunch at Mestizo restaurant, which is inside the park and has beautiful architecture and sophisticated food. Book in advance. In the afternoon, if you have time, visit the Museum of Memory and Human Rights to understand the recent history of Chile. It is free and very moving. Day 8. Shopping and farewell. Take advantage of the last morning for shopping. Parque Arauco Mall has a very beautiful open-air luxury district. If you are looking for crafts and the famous Lapis Lazuli, Chile's blue stone, go to Pueblito Los Dominicos, which is at the final metro station. It is a very charming artisan village. Head to the airport at least 3 hours in advance. An important tip is to buy tickets for attractions in advance. Tours to the snow and Cajon del Maipo have limited seats in vans, and Pablo Neruda's house has scheduled times. We will leave in the QR code on the screen and in the description the link to the site where we always buy tickets for the lowest price. It is the largest tour site in the world and you buy in dollars, saving fees. Quick shopping tips. Chile has good prices for brand name clothes. H&M, Zara, Mango, and sneakers. Wines at the supermarket Jumbo or Liter are ridiculously cheap. You find great wines for $6 that would cost $20 elsewhere. Bring as much as customs allows. And how much does it cost to eat in Chile? It is similar to major US cities. An empanada costs $2. An executive lunch menu costs $8 to $10. A dinner with wine comes out to about $25 per person. Centola is expensive, costing about $60 for a sharing plate. And what to do at night? Santiago is lively. The Bella Vista neighborhood Pio Nono Street is more popular and university-oriented. Patio Bella Vista is more touristy and tidy. Vitacura Avenida, Alonso de Cordova is where the chicest and most exclusive bars and clubs are. And if you are traveling with kids, they will love Kidzania in Parque Arauco Fantasylandia, amusement park, and the Mirador Interactive Museum. In the Snow Farallones Park is guaranteed fun with tubing, mandatory documentation for international tourists. To enter, Chile rules are the simplest possible. You generally just need your valid passport. No visa is required and yellow fever vaccination is not mandatory but recommended. And remembering travel insurance. Medical costs in Chile for tourists are charged and are among the most expensive in Latin America. A mountain rescue costs a fortune. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there is the comparator we use which always finds insurance for half the price. If you liked this detailed itinerary, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much and safe travels.